Hello everyone. Good morning here from UK and good afternoon for you in the Indonesian regions. Welcome to Resilient Voices, the podcast where we explore stories of resilience and learn from those who have overcome challenges. My name is Ezri Hayat. I'm your host today, and we have a very interesting topic to share and discuss: Indigenous knowledge on house construction, good or bad, from the case study of Indonesia. We have a very welcoming and very heartwarming guest, my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Yunita Idris from University of Shah Kuala, Banda Aceh. And a little bit of introduction for her. Dr. Yunita Idris completed her master's degree in structural engineering in Melbourne School of Engineering back in 2008. And she also holds a PhD in structural engineering from the University of Adelaide for her research on FRP, concrete steel composite structural members. And at the moment, Dr. Yunita Idris has joined Tsunami and Disaster Mitigation Research Center in Shah Kuala University since 2016. And she currently serves as the coordinator of Technology Application Research Cluster. And she's currently involved in some research projects, including Inspire, Indonesian School Program to Improve Resilience, which is a project collaboration between University College London, United Kingdom, and TDMRC Shah Kuala University. And this project was funded by and is funded by Newton Fund. And she also been taking part in rapid assessment for post-earthquake damage assessments, including the PD Jaya earthquake in 2016 and also Lombok earthquake in 2018. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Yunita Idris. How are you?
Welcome. I'm good, thank you. It's nice to be here in the occasion for talking about the indigenous knowledge about the disaster risk infrastructures, especially houses, right?
Yes, great. So yeah, can you give me an overview of the current state of house construction in earthquake-prone areas like where you're from? I believe.
Yes. In Indonesia, we know commonly about two common sorry. In Indonesia, we have two common type of the construction here, which are reinforced concrete structures and also confined masonry structures for house structure. For the reinforced concrete structures, we do have specific standards for seismic design requirement in Indonesia. But for the confined masonry structures, it's typically involve wall made of masonry confined by horizontal and vertical reinforced concrete element. It doesn't have any specific code for seismic design, but our Ministry of Civil Worker have published a guideline for all of the types of the house construction for the seismic that follow the seismic design, including the confined masonry structures, but no specific code for this type of the structures.
Okay, then how do you think, and what are the primary factors then contributing to the poor construction practice in Indonesia, particularly in the rural areas where local community primarily are building their houses?
Yeah, several factors can contribute. Several factors can contribute to poor construction, especially in the remote area. Such as the lack of enforcement of building codes, for the reinforced concrete here, because we do not have a specific standard for the confined masonry. And also, there are limited education and awareness. So, insufficient awareness and education about the proper construction in the earthquake-prone area. We can call economic constraint could be one of the factors as well, because a limited financial resource may compel builders or homewares to cut corners to reduce costs. We have also the challenge in terms of the geographical and environmental, because remote location may face difficulty in obtaining quality construction materials and skilled labor, and the lack of standardized training and certification programs for builders and construction workers can contribute to poor construction practice. And yeah, I think that's the common challenge in that can be the factors for the poor construction practices in Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah. And great. And is there any like other cultural or social factors that play alongside these environmental and economical factors that you mentioned?
Yes, because Indonesia have a rich cultures and also very social life here. Because it could be the challenge for Indonesian for community collaboration because of the challenge in the different social aspect and cultural aspect. And Indonesia have a typical, each region of Indonesia also have traditional architectural styles that that can be contribute to the designing the elements and building technique differently. So that's the challenge if the new technology is coming there and then need to be adapted with the traditional and culture way of the building houses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Yeah. So, what about the awareness from the community itself? Is there any like two ways communication or interaction between the government who has the building code and the community who are building their houses? So, uh, uh, what would be the awareness raising campaign? Is there any awareness campaign from both sides or from the academic, for example, about poor house construction issues in this earthquake area?
Yes, especially to the area that had been impacted with the uh, big event of earthquake, like recently in Cianjur, maybe Cianjur, West Java. So this could raise the awareness of the society about the loss because of the earthquake. So they need to know how it's better to have a seismic design or safe design. But this awareness still focus on the the in the reconstruction step, but not in the long term. So I think uh, the community perspective need to be like touched by the government to to raise the awareness of the community about the better seismic design. Yeah, research and development, research on the development of the better build and also better but affordable design of the seismic
Yeah.
seismic construction, seismic design for the construction need to also be developed as well. So because
Yeah.
we do have many informal. I mean, the builder that has no certificates for the construction, but
By certificate, you mean like qualifications
quali-
for yeah,
qualification of the building of the bill
yeah.
of house construction, especially in the earthquake prone zone area.
Okay.
So because this limited of financial, I mean the economic barrier in most of our community, like they build their houses with the local builder. So I think the awareness could be like started from there.
Okay. And yeah. And what about the, if I may ask, what about the existence of the historical or traditional structural building, probably like timber or a similar structure? Is it still existing in this rural area or even in urban area?
Um, yes, there are some traditional houses that are still built in uh, in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Every province, every culture have their own timber construction. So we do our traditional house is typically made from the timber construction, such as in Aceh. Aceh, we do
Yeah.
have Rumo Aceh. The construction is because timber is I think in my opinion, timber is like better performance in the earthquake during the earthquake. So the
Yeah.
impact of the destruction is not. I mean the the rate of the destruction is not really. It's not
As high
really
as destruction.
yeah, it's not
Destruction.
really dangerous as the confined masonry,
Okay.
because this type of the construction, reinforced concrete and confined masonry, is a
Yeah.
newly type of the construction that being adapted to our community. So timber,
Okay.
yeah, in for the timber structures, our local builder, I think, I mean the our the existing of the design of the rumah Aceh timber construction, they also focus on the way the joint like design, because timber
Yeah.
is like focus on the the connection if it is impacted by the earthquake.
Okay. Great. But is there a lot? Is there still a lot of people building timber nowadays in Indonesia due to, I think the timber price is also quite high compared to other building materials. How is it in Indonesia now
Yeah, it's a
about yeah,
yes. It is not really as affordable as before, because
yeah,
the price is quite high and the limitation of the timber source now.
yeah,
For the good quality of the timber, I mean, like the one they used previously,
yeah.
previously. So now people, like I said previously, that people now tend to build the house using the brick layering,
Yeah.
and what that we call it as the masonry construction.
Yeah, yeah, great. So yeah, if we're looking at real examples, could you share some specific cases or regions where poor construction after earthquake has resulted in catastrophic consequences? Primarily, I read your profile and you've been in the post-earthquake damage assessments in PD Jaya and also Lombok. What happened there? What happened?
Oh yeah.
What did you see?
Yeah, I think yeah, the quality of the materials for the houses that being in the earthquake seismic area, because the the challenges of the what do you call it, sir, a qualified builder, qualified builder. So the and also the economical constraints. So we some of our it cut off the good quality material for build to build the house, and also yeah, but if we assess like different region will have different technique of the I mean technique of building the house and different materials of houses. So in my perspective that the local I mean some regions may have the better quality of the construction, but because of the the limitation of the awareness about the how important the seismic design technology for build a house, that can cause the massive I mean destructions catastrophe. Yeah. For
Yeah.
example, in Pidijaya, we still found that for the reinforced concrete structures, they still put the pipe, I mean the water pipe inside the columns that really, yeah, that can reduce the capacity of the reinforced concrete columns. And
Okay,
yeah,
so they put this drain pipe inside the column, so it's like in the
yeah,
middle, and then it
yeah,
comes out in the bottom. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think I know what you mean there. Yeah. So yes, uh, what about Lombok? What about how do you compare, say, for example, PD Jaya and Lombok?
Lombok and PD Jaya have different material of the quality of material for the construction. So different type of the brick, and also some of the area that very condensed with the I mean the houses. I mean the community very condensed. Uh, they have some of the I mean I mean the building practice like put timber as their frame, the houses frame.
Okay.
Sometimes they put so I still found the bamboo I mean for inside the column practice
Oh,
of the
inside the
house, yeah.
column.
Yes, inside the column instead of the reinforced bar.
Oh, where is
Yeah,
this?
in Lombok.
In Lombok.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of the houses in Lombok in a very condensed area, and maybe
Okay.
it can cut because they famous with their I mean bamboo. The
Yeah.
bamboo, I mean the houses is made from the bamboo. Maybe that that's they try to combine the technology like instead of the reinforced bar, which is a quite pricey,
Yeah.
with the bamboo.
So would you say the in general, if you compare these two area, uh, which of the two had more damages after the earthquake in those 2 years?
Oh, of course, earthquake in Lombok it's have the massive destruction compared to PD Jaya.
Okay.
But we cannot like compare one to the
Yeah.
other directly because
Yeah.
Lombok have three earthquakes, like bigger earthquakes in the
Mm.
very close
Mm.
time,
Yeah.
and also the magnitude of the earthquake is could be different as well, and the condition of the soil. I mean, the condition of the ground is very different. So yeah. But if we
Yes, of
compare
course.
like between Cianjur
Yeah.
and PD
Cianjur,
Jaya,
okay.
so with the same, I think it's a close rate of the magnitude. I mean the high the
On the
close
Richter scale.
rate scale of the magnitude. The destruction of the Cianjur is it may say that it higher. I mean, if we count the number of the casualties as well, is
Okay.
higher than PD Jaya, because the condition of the population. I mean, the population there. Cianjur have more populated people.
Okay.
Compared to PD
Okay.
Jaya.
So at least from these three cases, what would you think from your professional point of view? What would you think? Is there any role of poor construction knowledge in that community that contribute at least to these destructions?
Yes, every event have like can have a note that we can take about the poor technology, that this can be a lesson learned for us and for the community to prepare, that we live in the high seismic area. So we need to prepare that some technologies that we have need to be carefully, choose for build our houses.
Okay.
And I think the development of the research could also like consider about the about the challenges that our community faces, like we do have many workers, many local builders that we need to like train to aware about how important the technology that they adapted for building houses in the community, respect to the hazard that they have, such as earthquake. And also because the economic constraints that we have, so our community tend to cut off and then choose like poor quality of the materials, and also need. When I said that poor quality of material, I don't mean that they have the very bad material. Maybe that material can be a good material if we know how to use that for the house that design that can be resist from the earthquake. At least the
Can you give
performance
me
is
an example
better.
of that? Is it like a concrete mixture, or what do you mean by?
Yeah, we do have for the concrete mixture, for example, we do have. I mean, because Indonesia is like very large, and we do have different types of the aggregate. I mean, the sand, like sands,
Okay.
and
Mixture of sand,
mixture, yeah,
aggregate, and
sand.
cement.
So
Yeah.
if we can like adapt, if we can study about different types of the sand that could be used for, for the concrete mixtures, so maybe the standard of the concrete material can be reached. So different sand could be
Okay.
different at mixture. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
depends on the local material.
Okay. Great. So yeah, all this problem that you've been mentioning, I can imagine what is happening in on site, as a professional, as an academic, as a researcher, what do you think we can do to improve these conditions in the field, in the area, in these disaster-prone areas? How can we help educate them, for example? How can we help enforce the building code? What can we do as a researcher, as academics?
As academic, think it the the research about the earthquake resilient houses need to be done by considering the local condition and the local culture. So every researchers in every researchers in their own community need to need aware that need to be aware that yes, we have different from other region. We can adapt it, any technology from other regions and make or take the lesson learned from other regions. But we also need to further, research about what is the capacity of our community and also our own type of materials.
Okay, so in other words, are you saying that we, in addition to the technical engineering aspect, we also need to understand the social aspect of that construction, which is the people who are living there, the people who are building the house? Is that
Yes, because
okay?
research it's about theoretical. Theoretical. But when it's applied to the community,
Yeah,
we need to know
yeah,
better about how our community
yeah,
on how our community perspective about the our result and how
yeah.
it can be easily adapted to our community. Maybe like fiber reinforced polymer that that I did for research
Yeah,
for
your
my
PhD.
thesis. I found that it cannot be adapted well in my community because of the price. It's not affordable. Maybe we
Yeah,
can try to find alternative materials that similar performance with that
yeah.
material that not easily find
Like the
could be
level
found in
two,
the
that level one, and then try to use the level two materials. Yeah. Is there any replacement for that? I mean, not replacement, like an alternative, second class quality replacing that fiber.
Yes, some researchers have developed some kind of confinement material. We call it the
Yeah.
fiber reinforced polymer as the confinement material. Like they try to use the ferro cement, like using the chicken wire type of the
Chicken wire.
wire,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Okay.
yes, but still, I'm not sure whether it's already applied in the community yet.
Okay. Okay. So yes. So yeah, the research needs to consider the social aspect of construction. I totally agree with that. But what do you think the government should do, from your views?
Government should enforce. Maybe the enforcement of the respect to the seismic design need to be taken as an action. Because we do not have any punishment yet for, if we not respect to the seismic design, because I know it's very challenging about that. Maybe it could be considered as for the commercial build houses, maybe like people, the agency of the houses
Okay.
can, yeah. And
So
also, yeah,
yeah, yeah, please, please.
and also because I said that people rely on the local builder for build their houses. So the capacity of the local builder about the technology of the need to be technology for house for building for build a house need I think it need to be upgraded. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to respect to the seismic design, yeah, awareness about.
So yeah, so you're saying the government should start with enforcing building code for houses that are built officially, not officially, yeah, built by developers. We should start from there. Yeah, I think that's a good view from you and good point. Because if we start with say the rural individual communities or homeowners, then it's gonna be tough, isn't it? We have to ask them to destroy their house that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have been they have built with their
retrofitted.
own.
Ret-
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
retrofitted could be very expensive now. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, what do you think the future outlook for Indonesia? How optimist, or I hope you're not pessimistic about the future. So, what do you see? How do you see? Is there any significant progress or changes in this area, in this housing sector, and how the indigenous local knowledge uh, affect the quality of the construction in these, at least in these disaster-prone areas? How do you see the near future?
I'm optimist about that. I'm very positive view about that because because our technology now like very upgraded. Like now we do the podcast from London to Indonesia, and then we can share
Yeah,
anything from the social media. We can reach the
yeah,
remote area now for information through the internet. I mean, yeah, the social media
yeah,
also like the increasing of the people that using the information through the I mean through the social media and etc. It can be like it can be positive for spreading the good information related to the best practice of the house building
yeah,
and yeah, especially about the potential of increasing the capacity of the builder while they build one house and then they could like finding the I mean from the good practice from the architecture or the structural engineers while they work and then they can take that to other practice of the to build the house of the community
yeah,
and
yeah,
and also the with many information related to the impact of the earthquake like happen every almost every year and how
yeah,
severe the destruction about of the houses in the earthquake events maybe people
yeah,
it could raise the awareness of the people as well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's very valid point that you raised. Social media should, and I think have played a very important role in spreading information, but unfortunately, some of them also false informations, I would say. But from the optimistic side, yes, I think we can produce. I think we can do this sometimes. Uh, uh, Probably in the near future, we can do like short clips for proper construction, and then we can share it, and we can develop like another, I don't know, TikTok or Instagram channel in addition to this podcast. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yes, for the
Yeah,
new generation as well. I mean, like we do have
yeah,
our
yeah,
students, and
yeah,
then the student will come back to their community, and then they should
yes,
have their,
yeah,
I mean, that is spreading
Yeah.
the good knowledge about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Very good. And thank you very much, Dr. Yunita Idris. It has been a lovely morning for me here, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation as well. It's a pleasure for me to have you in the channel. And for the audience, this channel and this episode is proudly sponsored by the Royal Academy of Engineering through its Frontiers Champions scheme. And thank you very much for Royal Academy of Engineering to support this episode. And in the end, thank you very much for Yunita. And I hope to talk to you again anytime soon. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.